Okay, this is number 7. This is digital diary number 7. What a beautiful, beautiful week. What a beautiful, oh man, just what a beautiful time. How do I want to go about this? I mean, this is a diary, right? So, showing a little bit of my more intimate sides. I have been slowing down. I have been destimulating. I'm in a new apartment, and we have very little with us. Very little stuff. No stuff, really. I'm uninstalling Instagram for the entire week at a time, except for one day a week when I just allow myself to do that for one day a week, but it's more dedicated towards business and kind of just checking in on some things. I'm really feeling like I don't want to be, I don't know, I'm just not feeling like I want to be out. I mean, I know for the past, since 2022, I have been learning the ins and outs of how this system has fucked over indigenous and black people. I'm not going to say black because that's a spell. I'm going to say melanin abundant. Indigenous and melanin abundant people. And of course, everybody is in this system, and everybody's been fucked over by this system. But in particular, the trauma of the indigenous and melanin abundant community. And I learned that firsthand through experiencing the trauma of what happened to somebody with an ACEs score of 8, and them transferring that trauma and their experiences into my life. And it was difficult. It gave me a lot of blessings, from connections to ways of thinking to understandings of the world, to really understanding just how deep and in depth my heart is, and how much I wish that how much I do feel dedicated and committed to doing my works, which is, I won't go into too much detail there, but it is. And now that I'm at this point where I've experienced it, or experienced that, abuse is hard because it becomes normal. That's why survival is hard, right? It becomes normal. And ways of thinking, ways of being, it becomes entrained into your nervous system that you're not supposed to be able to just be allowed to be in life without someone screaming at you, without you getting shot, without the world trying to destroy your light, destroy your joy. So you gotta fight. Or you gotta people please or fawn, or you gotta hide or run, or you gotta avoid feeling anything in your body because your body is storing so much. And now that I'm slowing down and kind of returning to my baseline, which I feel like has always been pretty quiet, pretty restful, which is a blessing. And I recognize it's due to a lot of the fact that I have the privilege to be able to do that. I am continuing, our collective liberation is, this is my understanding, our collective liberation is interconnected. And it can't be fulfilled unless we internally operate from a place of I am free. Nothing can take that from me. And having that sense of knowing when we do the work to create solutions and pathways that can help others feel the same way. The work is to do both. And everyone's skill sets are different, you know. I don't think that there's one right or wrong way to do it. I do think that there are ways that that create more harm, and I think there are ways that actually protect life. But all of it is in the field of consciousness. All of it is consciousness. All of it is consciousness experiencing itself. And the more that we have the capacity to hone in to the way that consciousness has given us gifts, I think, it's just my thinking, the more that we can give those gifts to the world. I am a musician, I'm an artist, I'm a systems thinker. I'm not going to go into too much detail about what it is that I'm thinking about on here. It's not necessarily what this platform is for. This is mostly just a place for me to talk. And people either listen or they don't. And I'm blessed either way. I'm just sitting here thinking about it, and you know, I'm thankful for it all. I'm thankful for it all. I'm thankful that I have the capacity to think that way. Because every experience that I ever experienced is part of my life, right? And because it's my life, it's mine. What is that? Because it's my life, I love it. And that's kind of, oh shit, I burnt the rice. And that's kind of it. There's a lot of things that come in between with that, but it's my life, so therefore I love it. And all the things that are difficult, all the things that, you know, that all comes along with it, but I'm just grateful to have it. I'll let that cool down. I'm just grateful to have that perspective, because, especially because I know what it is and who it is I am. It just makes, I feel like things kind of work out a little bit smoother, because I know it's all going to aid me in my awareness and my development and my depth. And it actually gives me access to the ability to co-create more, because the more that you're in survival, the less you can create. And when you're in survival, you replicate, you repeat, you loop, you can't really think. And that's why they want everybody in that, right? So they can't think. So they can't think straight. They can't think about actually what could create real solutions. The more that you rest, the less that you need. Everybody knows this. Who knows this, right? Everybody who doesn't know this, I hope, becomes more known. The less that you need, the less that you consume. the more you can create. I know that the solutions that I've been getting, I've spent so much time this past 4 years trying to make up all these systems thinkings. And this not going away. It's not like I'm abandoning my works or anything. But I was going into those things because I needed to escape my physical reality a little bit. I did not like getting physically assaulted on a regular basis. And not fighting back, mind you, because it just didn't seem like it would be wise. I did not like getting told or called names or being yelled at or screamed at or expected to operate in a certain kind of way without any desire for respect and a genuine belief that I wasn't worthy of it, which made me sad actually, because that's what that other entity was feeling. I hope that changes. But all of that aside, we don't have to sabotage ourselves anymore. We don't have to be afraid of ourselves either, and we certainly don't have to outsource our freedom, our creativity, our joy, our capability, our source, our love. We certainly don't have to outsource that to anything outside of ourselves. Now, of course, as you know, if you're listening to this, then you know that I'm operating from the place of awareness that we're all interconnected, but it's very much we, right? There is a balance between being inspired or influenced by somebody else, because that's ultimately our choice. It's our choice to do that. And we do co-create with the universe, so there's a certain letting go and surrender, and the most important thing that we can cultivate for ourselves is a healthy sense of self-respect, so that when we do surrender, what comes back to us actually helps us, actually loves on us, actually gives us support and encouragement, actually gives us capacity as opposed to takes it away. I am grateful to be alive. Think about the women who are not. Think about the children who are not. Men, families, non-binary peoples, or trans relatives, two-spirit relatives. If everybody knew that they were God, I don't think that we would be having as many of these situations as we would be having. Everybody was acting on it, rather. Now, I don't know if everybody's supposed to know it. I guess maybe that's part of the game. I don't know. I just know it. And it's not something that I feel like, at first I was like, holy shit, this is but now that I know, I can't unknow it's not like you just unknow something like that. And then it became, well, what the hell do I do with, I know what to do with this, but how the hell do I, no pun intended, how the hell do I do this shit? And then it became more about how do I balance this shit? And then it became is it that serious? Yes. Yes. But then, and then, that scripture always comes back to me. Be like a child. I always say children are closest to God. Right? Why is that? Well, because they come out here and they want to motherfucking play. They want to play, they want to explore, they want to, oh my God, life is so exciting. How can I do more of? And I think there's this phenomenon, and I'm so grateful that it's happening because it's just, See, that's what I'm talking about. I almost cut my finger, and it didn't happen. I'm grateful. There's this phenomenon that I've been seeing kind of circulating amongst my friends, and then also I'm seeing have popularity and traction on social media, which is that black women, and I'm saying black women even though I know melanated is the term that I would prefer to use, though I do know that some people feel very strongly about calling themselves black, and I think there's a necessary reverence to be given towards that. So I'll say black and I'll also say melanin abundant. But there is this beautiful thing happening for black/melanin abundant women that I've seen across the board, which is this reclamation of this whimsy black girl thing. And it's beautiful because when I think about what melanin abundant women have been through, and I'm going to of course bring this back to women, my own people. But when I think specifically about what melanin abundant women have gone through, and how they've been basically holding down the entirety of existence, everybody's trauma, everybody's pain, and I want to speak a little bit more specifically too about trans women, because that's a whole nother ballgame when it talks about holding on to the collective darkness of humanity and being able to create love and beauty through it all. But this whimsy black girl thing, I feel is really beautiful because it's like source itself through the black woman is reclaiming the inner child. And that is just exquisite because the children are the answer. They are very obviously aware of what time it is from what I've seen of mine. They are powerful. They're free. They're trusting where the wind is taking them. They're beautiful. Clear about what they want and what they don't want. They have boundaries. It's just adults that push on their boundaries. And sure, they push boundaries too, but when it comes to their own bodily autonomy, they have boundaries. That's for sure. So, seeing that manifestation is so affirming for, I think, life. Period. And I'm talking about the whimsy black girl phenomenon, which really shouldn't have to have a whole subgenre attached to it because it's really just a woman in a melanin abundant body who is free in their inner child. When we talk about ideals, and we also honor and respect that that's the experience that's been had. But nonetheless, I am happy to see the inner child growing inside myself, to see that collective subconscious awareness So for me to be a mirror for that, of what's happening with the collective subconscious. And just generally, like, you know, you can't fake it. You can't fake it. And it's exhausting too anyways. I think every single living organism deserves the opportunity to genuinely feel happy, to genuinely be at peace. And that doesn't mean that people who have done terrible things should not be held accountable for those things. But because happiness is a choice, I do fundamentally believe that every living organism, every photon deserves to have that opportunity to make that choice. So, you know, I've spent a lot of time focusing on what people who have done terrible things should, or whatever. I think that's part of the game that they want people to tune into. And I've been very, very intentionally, slowly retracting my energy from it. That's why I speak about them the way that I do. It's me claiming back that energy, because I know that's me, part of me, just like this piece of wood right here is a part of me. You got a lot of people's attention, so you gotta transmute it, talk to it, speak to it. But now, I think I'm now in a season where I've done enough talking to it, and done enough damn, I look good. Done enough talking to it, done enough transmuting with it, and I really just want to speak to the energies that are calling me in, to hold me, to love on me, to take care of me in the ways I'll take care of them too. You know, I do have a lot of frameworks, I have a lot of, I got a lot of sauce that I'm working with internally, made external. My intellectual property is amazing. And I'm just really looking forward to being able to share it with people who can work with it, who can actually look at it and be like, holy bananas, this is the shit. I know. Yes, I know. Can we do something with this, please? Because there's only so much I know how to do. I get the theoretics of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, very, very much looking forward to be able to engage with my reflections that can get as I'm talking about. Which I'm not going to talk about here. Because it's my intellectual property, and you've got to pay me for that. Unless I give it to you voluntarily. I'll say this. I'm going to close on this. My birth name, I go by my Chinese name right now, Yuan. Yinman, which my mother named me. Far-reaching in intellect, because she wanted me to travel and she wanted me to go far. She wanted me to be intelligent. So I've been going by that a lot, because I think my ego likes the fact that my name literally means infinite intelligence. How dope is that? But my English name is Sarah, without the H, because my father was vehemently anti-Bible, anti-Christianity, which I'm thankful for, because I didn't get souped up or get too caught up in, too caught up in religion. I got to build a relationship with God instead of having to be forced through it with religion. But in the Bible, Sarah was the mother of nations. She birthed the Abrahamic faith. And I kind of love it. I kind of love it. I'm cool with that. And without the H, it kind of allows me to be a little bit, I'm not tied to a particular faith, or a particular religion rather, and I'll take the mother of nations. I think that's very important. Mother of faith. My child's name is Faith. I'll take that. Especially because mother of AI. Something that was I don't remember if someone called me that or if that's something that naturally came up for me. I'll take it. I'll work with it. Stace, this is number 7. How you like me now?